Hi everyone, this is Diane. So yesterday I did a video working in this signature and I must have had it on the wrong mode, the video, because it was a 40 to 50 minute video and it ended up being like over 2 hours. So I don't know what that was. So you don't get to see me working in this one, but I'm going to do some of the same things in this. So let me explain something. Let me grab the other book here. So here's the bird book. And I realized after I had completed 2 signatures that I was not going to be able to do all of the things in the 3rd signature that I did in the first 2 because it was already just as full as I wanted it without having done anything to the last signature. So I decided to put the last signature in the middle and have this one be less embellished. It does have some embellishments, but it's not as embellished. These are quite a bit thicker. So that's what I'll be doing in this journal. I'll do all the same elements and I'll do it the same way because I already made the 2-inch spine. So this is the first signature and it's all done except for the final card that will go in here. And in the bird book, this is what I did. I used one of the colored papers that I used Distress Oxide inks and then sprayed with the Distress Spritz. And that's what this is, one of those backgrounds. So I'm going to collage on this. First, I will round the corners. I cut it to, let me see what size this is, 4 1/4 by 7 inches. And I have some images here. This was a Tim Holtz bird, but I have some images from the books that I can use. This little girl is winding a ball of yarn. Okay, I'm going to grab some more elements that I have here. I prepared for a lot of the other things I'm doing today, but I didn't grab stuff for this collage. Got some little pieces I could use. But I'm going to go get some of these tickets and things. Okay, I have one of these dry cleaning tickets requesting medium starch. And I have my little box of pieces of vintage and antique spines. Might not need it. This one has more empty space up here. I don't know if I'll use this. A little purple dry cleaning ticket. These are labels that I've stamped on book page. I think that's enough. So I guess I don't need that piece. When I was making the video yesterday that I won't be able to show you, I was talking about my runaround day yesterday. I didn't make the video till 6:30 p.m. because I was running around yesterday doing errands, and mostly for my parents. I didn't even go to the flea market yesterday. So I didn't get to hear Bob's reaction to your comments about the goodies that I buy from him at the flea market. So if it's not a rainy day next Monday, I'll make sure I go. And I am waiting for a call back from my dad's doctor today, so I may have to stop the video to take the call and then restart it. I kind of hope so. I hope that she doesn't wait till the end of the day to call me back. Oh, I do want this behind her head. She's very cute. I saw my brother yesterday when I was at my parents' house, and he took my dad to his appointment. And he told me that, well, he had sent me a picture a couple days ago of the table that he's working on for me. And he said, looks like the two drawers that he's building for this main part of the table, looks like they're well underway. He said he doesn't have any problem with drawers because he's made so many. He built the kitchen cabinets, their kitchen cabinets, and they're amazing. It's like a really expensive custom kitchen, because that's what it is. But he doesn't charge his wife for his labor. He's not charging me for his labor either. He said I couldn't afford it, but he will keep track of his supplies so I can reimburse him for them. Anyway, he said that should be a couple more weeks and the table will be ready. And the paper punch rack that he said he would make, isn't that so cute? That's already done. He said he could have brought it. But he comes out on Sundays to see my parents and have breakfast with them. And he often goes home before I get home from church. So he didn't bring it with him. So now I'm ready to work on the second signature Doesn't have as many embellishments. But I'm just excited to think about the paper punch rack is even exciting to me because all of my paper punches are in one of my 3-tier racks, and they have, you know, the 3 tiers. The top tier has my large stamps in their plastic envelopes that I bought, Tim Holtz sets and things like that. The second tier is all paper punches, and the third tier is the border paper punches. So the rack that he built is going to hold not all, but some of the paper punches and kind of make it easier for me to find. I'll have all the ones that I use most often on the rack that he makes, because it's going to be right next to my table here. So I don't have to do a collage on this page because that was done for me and it's beautiful. I did sew the lace on it. And now I just have to find, oh, I have it right here. Postcard just to tuck in there, and an image. I said in the other video that you're not going to see that I pulled a lot of things from my box of handmade ephemera that I just make them in videos and then I put them in the box and don't use them. So it was full. So I pulled a bunch out and I'm going to use as many as I can in these journals. So that's what this is. That's a Mrs. Coggs digital and a wallpaper digital and a book page. It looks like it's from the Jane Austen book Emma, and a little bit of crochet, vintage crochet. And I stamped before I started the video. So I had this little girl with a raincoat and umbrella. This is a Dot, I think is the brand name. Miss May Monica, it says. Oh, I bet they were calendar. Some of the Dots characters, D-O-T-S. That's the name of the stamp company. And must be they have characters. And this is Monica, and she is Miss May. So I bet that there was a girl or a character for each month. But I got her at a yard sale, and I don't think I've ever used her. And she came with the little duck with his little rain boots on. And also there's a little block that has raindrops and another little block that says, "Rain or shine, you're a friend of mine." So it's a cute little set. I wish I had the other girls from the other months. I should Google it. Look on eBay or something. And so I'm going to add the little duck here. He's just cute. And on this page, I'm going to put this pink and yellow slide. It's Pennsylvania Dutch Country, historic Lancaster County. This is Wheatland, home of James Buchanan, Pennsylvania's only president. I just like the pink and yellow colors. I wish I had a whole slew of those. But I found some. Those are something I bought at Bob's booth. Sometimes I'll buy some things from him that were scattered, and I find them as I go through the boxes and piles. So maybe, and then the next time I go back, I find more. So maybe I'll find some more of these. This is another piece from my box of ephemera that I already made. It's just scrap of dyed paper and old wallpaper, a little punched piece, and a stamped word, a little bit of sorry. I stamped this with a Tim Holtz stamp. I'm going to look for a piece of the sari fabric or something like this to put on here. So I have this box right here ready to look through. Sorry, I bumped you with my elbow. Oh, that's a bag, drawstring bag. I think that would be pretty on it. I have to neaten all those up before I put this drawer away because I don't want them to get all crumpled in there. I'll just glue that there and then add a little trim to the top. This came out of a ledger book. It's a tab, leather tab, and it has the letter D on it. I didn't pick it on purpose. I just grabbed what was there. One of these pages is in the bird book too. And this is the trim that I bought last weekend at Pat's sale. All right, that page is done, and you can flip that up and right under it, put a picture. This one is going to have this little pocket with one of the digital pages. It's going to go here. And a couple of playing cards with little girls. I already inked around the edges of this. has a white edge on it, so I want to put some washi tape on it. And here I have this little paper clip, a beaded paper clip that I got in a Happy Mail quite a long time ago. And I have a piece of scrapbook paper that I folded and rounded the corners. This little girl cut from one of the books, and a tally card. I'm just going to clip them right here. So I didn't put anything on the back. You could glue a writing page on the back and use her as a little journaling card, or glue her to a page. And so I didn't want to back her with anything in case you wanted to just glue her down. I did not put center pockets in the middle signature because I'm trying to keep this signature lightly embellished. And on this page, I'm just going to paper clip this digital postcard or advertising card, or whatever. It's already glued to dyed paper. It's stitched to dyed paper. And then I'm just going to make some things to put in this pocket. Again, I don't need to glue anything to the back because it's already collaged. So in the bird book, I have an image from the Little Big bird book that I backed with graph paper and put a little eyelet in it and added this tag. And then this is a page from the Little Big bird book. And it's a mnemonic bird song cheat sheet. So a red-eyed vireo apparently sounds like he's saying, "Here I am, look at me, I'm up here." So there's a bunch of those. They're pretty cute. The Eastern Towhee, or Towhee, whatever, Towhee, says, "Drink your tea." So that's what I'm going to make. I've got a bunch of stuff clipped together here for both of those. This will be this smaller tag. So this is 3 3/4 by 6 1/2. So I'll make this approximately that size. I don't really want to cut his face off. And that's just the size of the page, the height of it. And I'm going to just glue it to this. It's printed on both sides. This is 8x8 7 Gypsies paper that I've had for a long time. A tablet of ledger and lined papers. And I've had it so long because I use it sparingly. I also had a 12x12 pad of the same paper. I still have some of that. And I won't do it on camera, but I'll put an eyelet in the top. And I'll stamp my little tag. I have a little tag right here. I have a pink dyed one. $0.85. Let's try it in black. I'm going to see what it looks like stamped in black. Oh, that's perfect. And that will go on there. And then this one, I'll just cut it to approximately this size, just so it fits in the pocket. But I love that sweet little girl's face as she smells the roses. Cutting off the rough edge. We'll keep most of the picture. And I just have some scraps here. This is the last of the digital graph paper that I had. Well, that's exactly the right height. This is so cute. And that is the less embellished signature. I'm going to go ahead and start a little bit on the third signature. I don't have anything prepped for it. I'll put this quote on. The joy of being a kid, and a girl kid at that, is one that you can hold on to forever. Oh, I've got these small images for the smaller pieces. Well, I guess I love them. I think I'll put that one on the back and this on this front piece. I'm gonna cut this and clip it to the back page so I know that that's what I'm going to use there. We'll round the corners. And put it on black cardstock. And before I glue these down, I'll do the sewing work on this page, which involves putting some lace on the edge and sewing these journaling spots here. It's easier to, because I have to kind of roll this to get it under my sewing machine. When I have it turned this way, I have to roll this, and it's easier if I don't have the stuff glued on it. This says day record and this says memory record. I'm just going to put some glue in the center, and when I get to my sewing machine, I will sew around it. And I'll put a postcard in here. And I'll probably end up putting something else in that pocket. And in the back, I have these. I put Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday in the first half, the first signature. And I'll put one of my handmade things. This is a little booklet. Apparently I was going to sew around that because it's just glued in the middle. And I can sew around this. It's a Christina Rossetti poem, Who Has Seen the Wind? And then it's got some brown paper inside. And I'll tuck that in there. So I'll have to do some sewing on this particular page. And then I'll put a little bit of a lace tab here, and I have a ticket to put here. And on the back, I'll have these sisters, I'm assuming. I don't know, I might use this. This is part of a song by John Sebastian, I think his name is, from The Lovin' Spoonful. If you believe in magic. I'm making music with my paper trimmer, plucking the strings. I'll glue that down, and then I'll glue this down. Does that need to be on black too? Yeah, that'll be cute. All right. Oh, I said I wasn't going to glue stuff on here until I sewed those, but that'll be fine. This is a little stiffer. I did sew some of the others after I glued. That's why I realized it's easier to do it before I glue. So I guess that's going to be it for today. Which we got quite a lot done. And I'm happy with what we got done in this video. And I'll see you in the next video, whatever it may be. And I hope you're having a creative day. Bye.